Okay, first we're gonna analyze USD JPY. So we have two options here. You can turn the candlestick charts or you can use the line chart. So now look at USD JPY. We're just going to render how it's going. So now from the previous, we start from the higher time frame. We can see that we had this strong level of resistance here. We had the first resistance level and the second one. Now what you can notice is that after we had this level of resistance, although it went down to accumulate some power, it came back and retested the level and then went down again and then finally broke out of it to the upside down. So beside that, there's some certain patterns we have to look at from this chart that we can really notice. So we're just gonna identify our levels of support. We can see we have our first level of support here. The second level of support is there. Now we can just put that line there. First level, although it's small, but you can see it came back and retested this level, went up again, started consolidating downwards, making a wedge. Now with a downtrend. So now when it came here, it didn't fully reach the satisfy this level. It did not fully satisfy this level, although it was close and then it turned back upwards. So now we can see from this chart that we can have some sort of it's a trend, it's a downtrend, like a wedge that is falling into a triangle. So right there. And from this we can see we had an impulse move. We had from here we had an impulse move, retested the resistance, and then we had a consolidation inside a wedge, right, which resulted in an impulse move to the upside down, which broke this level here of resistance and it went upside. All right, so in simple terms we can just draw something like this. um, Impulse move, consolidation into a wedge, and an impulse move again. So you can see that we have some sort of like resistance line there. I mean trend line there, impulse to the upside, consolidation inside a downtrend or a wedge, and an impulse move to the upside down. So yeah, let's just get rid of that. Remember, you can always change the charts back to uh from line chart. You can just switch. So now since we're done with our analysis on higher time frame, we can see that our new resistance level is here at 149.0 something. So we can see that our new support is here at 130.2 something. So let's go to the weekly time frame. So now on our weekly time frame, let's just zoom further. We can identify that we are now heading towards our first level of resistance. And you have to remember that this is our first level of resistance since it broke out somewhere there. I'm looking for the brush. I'm looking for the brush. All right. So we are saying we have our first level of resistance here. And then here it was our point of resistance from the previous chart. From the previous chart on, as we can see on our uh, highly time frame, which is the monthly chart. This is the first level, the second level of resistance, of which when price came here, it didn't only break, it failed to satisfy this level and retest it, since this level was also retesting the one after it. I mean the one below, before it. Sorry for that. So now, as we are looking at this chart right now, we can see that we are gonna have some tension here. It's either when price gets there, it's going to retest this level and continue going down, or it's gonna it's gonna break out. It's gonna break out for some stop losses or come back down. Or there's another thing that can happen there, which is a breakout, a retest of changing the resistance into support, and a continuation to the upside. So for you to know which action to make, you'll have to look at other factors, like how is the US dollar doing, the fundamentals part, which we're going to cover after this video. So you have to look at the fundamental parts of the video, the factors, to know which move you're going to anticipate here. So after that, we can see that as we analyze this chart further, we can make some analysis that will allow us to take uh, trades on a smaller time frame. We have resistance, our channel of uptrend there. We have a trend and uptrend inside that, right? So let's go further to the daily so that we can really see what's going on. So now, as we zoom in, we can see, let's adjust our trend lines. Let's adjust them. Right. So there we can see that we have first touch, second touch. Our third touch, it has to be here. And then on this level, it's also our stronger level of resistance, meaning that we'll actually be looking to sell this pair when it reaches this side until here, right? We have two things to look at. We have two things to look at when to take this move. We have two things to look at there at the moment: first touch, second touch, third touch, which is in line with our stronger level of resistance, and it's going to the third touch of our trend line. So we can conclude that on this one, we are done with our analysis so far. So the only part for us to really know what to do is to check the fundamentals, and which, as we can see now here, it shall continue. It's going to continue going to the upside down. To the upside, and from here we can see it's gonna continue coming this side, and then we'll take it from this point, meaning that let me get rid of this. When it comes to this point, we can just place our sell stop there. Now, one thing that might really take you out is because let's say the price comes and then it triggers your trade and then it goes up to for some goes back down again. So you really need to be looking at this trade, know exactly if it be cautious with your risk so that if it takes you out, you don't lose much. And however, if it favors your if it goes in your direction, you can know that along this line downwards, you can enter more positions so that you can capitalize on this move. So that's it for this short video. I believe it's short, so I'll see you next time.